it never ceases to surprise me how little I'm in the mood for the brown load when it starts.
You know what? I could tell. I could tell from your face today because it's got anxiety written all over it, and you can just tell because Tommy's face, because we've known him for so long. It's like I think we all know each other's faces, and the thing is, we can't ever hide it. That's the problem. Neither of us, or all three of us, none of us can. You can always tell.
And just to point out, my wife does not know when I'm going through, when I've got that face on, and will still then finish me off. Like I'm down, I'm on the ropes, I'm on the canvas, I'm bleeding, my head's split open.
Yeah.
And she'll go, by the way, here are all the other things that make you useless. I go, oh, great. Finish the move. You know, like in Mortal Kombat, where they rip the spine out. It's like,
wow.
Thank you. My brownload boys know me well. But I tell you what it is, Kedge. You're partly responsible for my anxiety.
Oh, here we go.
But honestly,
no. It's not partly, fully, I'd say.
Right. So I was going to just say, Satch, talking about it actually creates more anxiety. So if you don't mind, I'm going to drink my Barney for a couple of gulps, just get myself into a happy place. But can you tell everyone why maybe Kedge is a little bit responsible for today's anxiety?
I'll tell him. It's not a problem at all. So the reason why we're all kind of a bit annoyed and anxious and Tommy's clenching his fist and showing it to Kedge is because the fact that we are recording this on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
We're recording this on a Wednesday, and as you know, we don't usually do that. It's always on a Monday or a Tuesday, mostly on a Tuesday. So yesterday...
Why are we recording on a Wednesday?
Yesterday, we were all set up, and can I just say, he made me rush, like finishing work yesterday. He made me rush, and I was having one of those days where it's like, well, I couldn't finish on time. It is what it is, but he made me rush through my work so I could be there to jump on the Skype call to do our podcast.
Yeah.
I logged on. Tommy logged on. Kedge, where were you?
Can I point out, it was 3:27 p.m.
Yeah.
We were due to record at 3:30 p.m.
Yeah.
I had rearranged my wife's calendar to say, look, you're going to have to pick the kids up from school at 3:30.
Yeah.
This is the only chance we've got to do the podcast on this Tuesday afternoon. Kedge and Satch are finishing work, So she readjusts all her meetings in her calendar, makes a big thing about the fact that she's doing the pickups. And I'll be honest, I don't ask often. I do most of the drop-offs, most of the pickups, but then she sorts out the school bag. It evens out. Just in case any of her family or she listens to this podcast, they go, well, it's not all one way. I know it's even, right? But I'm now asking, I'm asking her to go out of her comfort zone, go pick the kids up, and it messes her day. So all this has happened. There's been repercussions for all this decision-making process. Yes.
And very quickly, when I logged on yesterday, I wasn't in the mood to do a podcast because I looked really stressed. Tommy, I think you saw me briefly and you were like, whoa, is he all right? I wasn't happy. It was one of them days, they say.
And that's why I got the message from the gods above. And
no, hang on a minute. You didn't even get a message. The message you sent us because you couldn't log on was, well, I haven't got no internet in my area.
So basically, like you said, we were all set to go. I came home. I was on time. I was so chuffed. The trains, everything, because when you're doing this, and I know everyone is on that little time frame window.
We are.
So I knew it. So I thought if the train, because the train before cancelled, and I thought, please, Bhagwan. The train made it. It moved. It didn't get stuck. We were there even 1 minute early, and I gave it the full crazy man fast walk up the hill into my gaff. I even had a chance to do a quick little whizzer. Ready, changed, had my Barney. I'm logging on and I'm like, it's not connected. Come on. Because I'm always the first one on. And then at 3 minutes too, because I'd been faffing around with it for the 2 minutes. And then at 3 minutes, I messaged her and I went, and then I opened my WhatsApp and it's like, it just said connecting. I was like, what's going on here? So then I thought, Wi-Fi issues. So I switched off, went on to 4G, messaged you to get the message across. Oh my God. Then I realized that then I went to the Wi-Fi actual hub. Red light flashing so angrily at me.
And there's like ooze coming out of it, acid spitting out.
It was literally holding two fingers at me. And I thought, no, Bhagwan, please. So then I was like, I switched it off, reset, hard reset, all the Wi-Fi pods, reset. Come on. Satch is going tether. Tether what? My backside. You can't run Skype off the tethering of a little phone, of which where I live, we only get 2 bars. Not on 5G, not on 4G, but 3G. 3G is, do you know what I mean? 1982 stuff. So there was no chance that this was happening. And I thought, even if I can get on just by the voice, we can do this. And I was dying. I was crumbling. And I knew that everyone had, it's collapsing.
It's like,
and I know that you're going to get it from the missus. Satch is just going to moan, and then I was like, oh, now I've got to deal with these two.
I tell you what I got. I tell you what I got, Kedge. On that note, right? I tell you what I got. She came back in. She goes, "Aren't you recording?" I was nervous.
You feel like a lulu. You feel like a lulu. Blame it on me. It is my fault.
No, it wasn't even blame. I went. And I thought, how much do I tell her, right? Do I go? Oh no, you know what it was? Yeah, Kedge's internet's down, because she doesn't really want to hear it. She's just looking at me thinking, "You're not recording."
So what are you doing now?
I said we had technical issues.
You know what? Just to get, you should have just mimed it a bit and be like,
bro, I was tempted to kind of go. When she walks in, okay, catch you later. I do the free hair. Okay, woo, just close the laptop when she comes in. Oh, that's a good one today. It's a good one. But then I think just in case you might listen to this one, but just so you know, there's more repercussions. Today she's in the office, right? She goes to the office one day a week on a Wednesday. So the food is in the oven for the boys' food. So I'm going to have to pause this podcast, or we can keep going, because I'm going full live. I'm sat actually right now in the kitchen, which I haven't sat here to do the podcast. Yeah. You guys were, so you're allowed to sit here. But just to point out, the boys are older now. That's why we can't sit here in the kitchen, because our voices travel. That we wake them up upstairs. Before, when they're babies, they just fall asleep no matter what. But now they're sat behind me. All right. I just shouted at them to say, "What do you want to eat?" One of them goes, "Make me a pronta with chicken curry." I said, "You're dreaming." I said, "You're dreaming, right, Milo?"
Make me a pronta with chicken curry.
Make me a pronta, right? And there is atta in the fridge, because I made them pronta yesterday. There's a little bit of atta left over. And I'm like, and he goes, "Oh," and made a face. He goes, "Well, what is there?" I said, "It's oven food today, mate. Nuggets, chips, beans, whatever. A bit of carrot sticks on the side, whatever." And he goes, "Oh, all right then." So then I've given them their iPads. So they're purely being looked after by Uncle Apple right now.
Yeah.
And we've got an hour, but the oven's going to bleep, and I'm going to have to do the food. So just when you hear it bleep, that's not the swearing.
There you go, kids. See, this is the effect that you have on everyone. Honestly,
I know. And you know what? You know me though. I'm all like real hardwired with Ethernet cables everywhere. So I'm the last person. But when Virgin Media decides to just shut it down, I mean, what can you do? It didn't come back till 8 o'clock at night. What do you do?
Yeah, it's true. Can you hear the bleeping? Can we pause there? We'll be back after chicken nuggets are served.
Chicken nuggets for me. Chicken nuggets available at all good Sandu resident outlets.
Chicken nuggets for me.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. Boys are being fed, and food is on the plate. There you go. That's it. We should stay quiet now. Right. What? Give me some news. Okay, enough. Can we actually the good? I'm glad we have a chicken nugget interlude, because I want to shake off the negative. I want to turn that frown upside brown, as I like to say now, because it's all like the brown note smiles, and people don't want to hear us moaning. They want to hear something good. Give me winning news, winners news. Maybe
I think. Well, there's one thing that we got to say, and that's obviously Man City have won the football.
Yes.
And I don't know, I don't know if that's going to make everyone happy. Not me, not anyone else really. To be fair, I don't even know it. Does anyone know a Man City fan? Because I don't.
To this day, I've never met a Man City fan. I've never met. There's no Man City fans in our Bants groups anywhere.
I know one person, but he's a distant fella. Like he's not close.
He's not, and also, so what that means, like you said, no one cares. No one cares. Like, well done to them. They are incredible. They won it, and it was thanks to them we saw the greatest bottle of the century or ever in the history of football, for a team that was at the top of the league for 246 days or whatever, and managed to sort of come second
I love how
all North London teams are annoying.
Yeah, I love how Kedge had all of those stats on the tip of his tongue. Like, it's just waiting, waiting.
And I'll be honest, I think Arsenal are a better side than Spurs, a way better side.
That's brilliant.
And if I wasn't a West Ham fan, I'd be an Arsenal. You know why I'm doing that? Look at him shaking his head. I know what you're doing. Kedge and his passive aggressiveness is hilarious. Like, 246 games, really good. I couldn't read all the stats just to wind up the Arsenal fan. This is why he wasn't liked. And I'm just saying, this is why.
Yeah.
And he goes, and you know what Spurs do badly? And he goes, "Oh, I don't know why everyone messages me. I don't know why. Why?" He's Balotelli all of a sudden. Why me? Why me? Right?
Why
I'm
was
like,
me?
this is why. Because you know what?
He's
You're like
the
an
guy.
auntie. Like Mene. You do the Mene of an auntie.
Oh, yeah.
Just got to get a little...
Little dig. Little dig.
Okay, Fed. Oh, Teratrika. Okay.
Yeah, okay, Phil. Jello next year. Never mind.
But can I say, look, you know me, I've always said I don't really follow the football, but that was weird, wasn't it? Arsenal was so dominating.
Yeah. Okay. Do
Mate,
you know what? Then maybe we shouldn't talk about the football because obviously we're just getting into an argument. We should talk about the weather because it has been lovely this week.
Well, it's been lovely, but it's kind of been a little bit deceptive.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. He's moaning about that as well.
No,
I'm just trying to be positive this week, and these guys, I swear down.
No, but like the heat wave and all of that. But Sunday, I don't know if anyone knows, Sunday was a nice day, but I came out in shorts and t-shirts, and I had to quickly run back in and put on some long trousers and brought out a little coat. Say again.
What was popping out at the bottom of the shorts?
No, not popping out. I said I had some proper like long trousers and a jacket because it was a little bit thundy because it's a bit windy. Like I'd say today is probably the nicest day we've had. Get ready for the heat wave this weekend. But
by the way, today is glorious. I'm actually sat in a banana.
Lovely.
But I think also because I was rushing to pick the kids up, get back home, make their food and all that, and it's a hot day, and then but what I did, thinking I was being extra safe, is it's almost like I was wearing a hoodie because I thought, I know it looks sunny. I bet you it ain't I bet you it ain't warm because that's what it's been like recently. But actually,
exactly,
today is hot. Today's ice.
And to be fair,
I was just going to ask you that. Did you go to pick the kids up in your vest, Tommy?
No.
That's brave. That's brave.
I mean, that is.
No, huh?
Would you ever?
No, not in a vest. No.
Is that not sort of parents pick up?
No, I think I would feel. I'd feel a bit stupid. Yeah, you feel a bit.
Yeah, I think you would. Yeah, I think if I saw you, I'd think you're stupid.
Yeah, I'd feel a bit like it's inappropriate. Like,
it is a bit, yeah.
Yeah, but you do get mums like sometimes who just come from a bit of jogging or something, and they're in their gym wear.
No, but gym wear's different. He's got his arms out, and I think, do you know what? That looks like a bit of a training vest. What
do you mean he's got his arms out? What century are we living in, Sancho?
No, but I'm saying you can actually get nice vests as well.
Oh, so you're saying that's a dirty vest?
That is a bit of a dirty vest.
This is a banana.
Yeah. He's comfy in that. Like he knows he's chilling.
I'm chilling because I thought we're recording a podcast. It's online. You boys aren't coming over. And then Kedge went, oh, actually, we're still going to record this. I might put some clips up.
Yeah.
Of this one as well. So
But
look, I'm in coming. But look, Satch, you're full of hoodied up. Kedge, you're t-shirted up. So
I was umming and ahhing, but I went with t-shirt, like I said, because I had to storm it back home just so that I was on time for everything as well, and we could start on time. But I've got to tell you a couple of things that I've experienced this week that I thought, you know what, I've got to share it with you because it was two things. Well, let's start with this one, which was it's the big one really that everyone's been talking about this morning, and especially if you were on the same train as me, you would know that it became quite a focus of people's sort of attention on a really quite packed train where on the train that comes from Watford into Euston, it's that sort of train where, sometimes bits of the carriage has the table. So you've got the seats opposite each other. So you've got two seats and then table and then two seats so that you're facing. But that table is not necessarily that wide. Do you see what I mean? Like it's space.
It's narrow.
Yeah. So when I got on, I was on the table seat, but the next to me was the other table seat, with obviously the aisle in between. And so there were two people on it, face to face, but in a diagonal seating arrangement, and both had laptops, right?
Right.
And I've always wanted to use my laptop on a train, but I've never done a job where I need to open a laptop and do any work on it. I always think I'd love to do it, but I just what is there to do on a laptop on a train? I just don't have a job that
I don't think the work that you do on the laptop is specific to the mode of transport that you're traveling on. I don't think it's like, oh, what can I do on my laptop on a train?
No. It's something that I want to fulfill because I've never done it.
Yeah, I've seen people open up spreadsheets and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're replying, and I'm like, I don't have a job like that.
No, exactly. And I'm
like,
like, don't you need to be connected to the internet nowadays because everything's on Google Drives and stuff like this? I don't know, but it looks. I think it just looks brilliant. You know, when it's the rush hour and they're working away on the laptop and they open up a MacBook or something, it's looking slick. Anyway, so there was a guy and a girl who were sitting there. Now, the closest to me was the guy who had his laptop open, and then all of a sudden, next stop, and this other guy comes on with his laptop. Now, there isn't enough spacage on the table for two laptops to go back to back.
Right.
Do you see what I mean? So he had his laptop on his lap, just sort of leaning at a really dodgy angle, and he was typing. But I'm guessing you can't use the mouse pad when it's at that sort of real tight 45 angle on your lap.
The mouse pad would be very close to your sort of belt
yeah,
buckle.
Yeah, exactly. So the space between your did and the mouse mat is minimal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're breathing too hard, you might move the mouse. So basically, he then, I was like, well, rated. He's understood the situation, and he's dealing with it like this. But I was like, wow, 3 people who need to do GARM on a laptop first thing in the morning. This is like, wow, important jobs. And then he couldn't do it. He couldn't handle it because he couldn't do all of his mouse maneuverage. So he told the guy, excuse me, could you just move your laptop so I could get mine on the table? Now, this is where it started. Because basically, when you've opened a laptop, your screen is almost, say, 45 degrees away from you, isn't it? So you've got like an obtuse angle going on.
Yeah. It's hanging over. Yeah.
Right. But you can't have 2 obtuse angles back to back because it creates a triangle in the space. So therefore, both the laptops are hanging. And it got a little bit, the man moved a little bit. And the poor guy who was new had his angle in an acute angle, so you can't see his screen.
Yeah, because it's pointing downwards now. It's
like, so then he's pushed his thing forward. He's pushed his screen forward. The other guy's laptop's gone down a little bit. And there was a little bit of argy-bargy. And I was like, this is fascinating. Like, what happens? Who gives in? And how does this? And so they kept pushing and they kept pushing. And it was like, it was really passive fighting, but it was just laptop screen fighting. So they both had to go 90 degrees, and I don't know if it was working for anybody but they carried on.
Everyone loses. That's life right now. Let's create a mutual situation where no one benefits.
But this is it. Like, what would you have done? I was trying to think, what's the solution to this? Because what do you do? Like, if that was me, where would I have gone? Because I would have been too scared, and I probably would have worked on the acute angle.
Yeah,
because you would never say anything, Kedge, or do anything.
What would you do? How do you solve this issue? This is an issue.
Down lower into your chair to see your acute angle, because if your screen's
but don't forget there were 2 men, so their knees were almost banging anyway. Do you see it under the table? So there was no space for maneuvering.
Banging anyone on the train.
No, exactly.
So, I mean, can you not just move though?
Well, no, because it's quite a packed train. It's a tight train.
Well, then I'm sorry. You need to do your work.
And these people who all need to do work on a train
but that's the thing. If it's that urgent, wake up 10 minutes early and just do your work before you leave.
Just email me. Let me know if you work on an iPad first thing in the morning. What is it? Is it because you've done no GARM yesterday? What is it that you've got to do that early on a packed train?
I'll tell you what. I think about like my wife, who's a management accountant. She works all the time. Like, she from first thing in the morning, she would log on and she'd be working till the minute she logs on. And there's always something. There's files and there's this, and then she's got to check wages and payroll and and she's always kind of cross-referencing stuff. So I'm a bit envious when I see people on the train. They've got those kind of jobs. Because
I want to do.
Why? Why do you want to be that person?
No, I just want to give it a look.
If I had my laptop and they went, oh, let's just have a look at what the last 10 things you did was, I'd go, oh no, don't do that, because I'd see like 4 of them would be games, 3 of them would be maybe some ideas.
Amazon.
I love right moves. I'm always looking at
one of them would be graffiti on paint.
Exactly. Something. Yeah, right, exactly. Bit of shopping, bit of like, oh yeah, you had Amazon open, you had ASOS open. Oh, there you go. And that'll be it. Or food recipes and things like that.
Yeah.
They'd be like, so you don't use it.
But I think that's the way forward. Why do you want to have a laptop? Like, I don't understand. And I think, you know what? When you're on a train, you should use that time to either kind of
meditate.
not meditate or set yourself up to be prepared for the day. Do you know what I mean? Like, G yourself up a bit. Why do you want to be working if you're going into the office and you're going to be working?
Doing that for the next 8 hours. Anyway. I agree. But again, we haven't got important jobs. These people have.
Can I share one little thing? Just because you're saying like what to do in those scenarios.
Yeah.
It's just because I saw something on TikTok this week, and this is like an early sort of side thing I've learned. But they said, when you're on a plane and someone in front of you pushes the chair right back.
Oh yeah.
Right. This is a little techers to get over that.
Yeah, go on.
Your little bucker above you, the fan.
Yeah. Put it on the head.
Blows cold air. Point that to. If they're leaning all the way back, that will be. And you point your nozzle, your little nipplage forward. It will blow onto the top of their head.
Yes.
They won't know that it's not getting you really, and it's mainly getting them.
Love that.
But instantly they'll lean back and I'll go, "Oh, it's cold."
But knowing my luck, it'll be some bloke who needs it. You know what I mean, that's to be the problem. It'll be some bloke who loves it and goes, "Oh, beautiful.
Lovely,
lovely."
Well, anyway, little change. But it's always
the second thing this week, I can say that no desi. I tried something, a desi food, which I can say no desi on this planet has ever tried.
Go on.
It was
very curious
in our canteen today.
Oh,
right, for lunch.
Go on.
So they had paneer cubes. So paneer tikka cubes.
Yeah.
Oh, cubes. I thought you said with a P.
No. Paneer tikka cubes, right? Which is nice, fine, lovely, with a bit of mint sauce. But you also got served rice, basmati rice with. And I bet desi. I didn't even know this existed. And I bet no one has even tried this or even experimented this. Or I reckon if you went to your mum and dad and asked them about this, they'd be like, what plonker makes this?
Go on, what is it?
Hold on a minute. So basically you've got paneer and chol, right? Paneer and rice.
Yeah.
Right?
But that's a bit dry.
But the paneer's dry and the rice is dry. It needs a bit saucy in it. Something saucy.
So you probably needed like a dal or something, wouldn't you? With it.
Or something, something, a curry,
so
like a saucy dish.
It was basmati served with makhni sauce.
Butter sauce.
Makhni sauce. What is that?
Was it makhni dal?
No, bro. No. I thought it was maybe dal makhni and they missed out.
No. It was
what's makhni sauce?
It's the butter chicken without the chicken. That's what it is, really. Then, isn't it?
Yeah. So
it had lumps of aubergine in it. And I was trying to figure out because I wanted to put like a diving mask and a snorkel on to see what's inside it and put my head inside the dish because I'm like, they've lumped this sauce on my basmati, but what is this? What is makhni sauce? And I was like, I'll bet no desi has ever eaten makhni sauce. Does anyone make makhni sauce?
No, they do make makhni sauce, but you usually put chicken or you put paneer in it. You don't flip and put aubergine in it. That's a bit weird, isn't it? What's that with this?
The obvious one is dal makhni. And really it's not made of butter. It's a heavy butter.
Okay, so what color would you imagine makhni sauce to be?
Hold on. You know, tell you what I'm picturing, which I've never liked.
Go on.
People say, I've got so many things I want to say.
Like orange, and that orangey brown.
Well, okay. So makhni sauce
was very brown.
When you melt butter, right? That's what. So butter when you cook it, it goes a bit brown. Okay, but if you over kind of cook it.
Yeah.
So I'm picturing this like the congealed sort of buttery sort of look, like they've just put a load of butter in, they've melted it down, and what they've added. I don't know. They've added some vegetables.
Spices.
It's
disgusting.
Spices. It doesn't feel
right. I'll be honest with you. It was pretty close to what keema looks like.
No, don't cuss keema, mate.
Little bits of aubergine.
No. The aubergine were quite sort of cubed, but it was like a saucy type of thing. No. Like rice. And I was like, this is a new invention by obviously some Western fella who's made makhni sauce.
That is not. There's nothing Indian about that. They've just thought, well, we've made paneer dry. We've got basmati rice. That's dry. Yeah. This is going to kill someone if they eat this without any sauce. Let's make a sauce. Okay.
Let me. I'm trying to work this out. I'm hoping I can make some sense of this. So I'm thinking now. Okay, think of garlic butter, Tommy. Little garlic butter, so like you get with your dough balls or pizza.
No.
This was
like you could scoop it with a spoon, like a ladle.
It's more a curry sauce, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think Satch is onto it. It was more like
it's not a garlic butter. It's not that consistency. It's more a curry without anything in it apart from bits of vegetable.
Yeah. And it was called makhani sauce. I tell you what, this is a new one on every desi. There's no one who's ever heard of no one goes, hello, darling, let's have some makhani sauce tonight with a bit of rice. No one says that.
They might do. It depends what kind of places you go to.
I love chips in makhani sauce. Oh, I love it.
Look, chips and curry sauce is lovely.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's that fake thing, isn't it?
So anyway, what was the verdict, Kedge? What was the verdict? Was it any good?
It was okay. I mean, it was better than I thought it would be. And it helped because, like you said, you needed a bit of sauce with the rice. So it kind of done the job. And once I figured out there was aubergines in it, I thought, okay, that's nice. Maybe it's it was almost like a bangan bharta type thing, like that kind of texture of the sauce and all of that. Okay. So it passed, but I thought, I've never heard of a makhani sauce.
Speaking of food, we saw this week Tommy put something up, and it was about when he was out on the weekend. It was about how he made his own sandwich, and we put a little poll. We reposted it to Brownload, and we put a little poll out to say, did Tommy do something good? Would you give this a go? Or
is this the best sandwich or not?
Yeah, or is it a bit meh? And
can I explain what the sandwich was? Can I go?
Go for it.
So basically, after my faux pas with the vada pav and the aloo vada, I didn't have the pav. I didn't realize the pav was the bun. I learned something new that week.
It's known as vada pav gate.
Yeah, it is.
Pav gate. And I so because of that, I was very conscious. I was like, okay, so let's see what's on the spread backstage for Gurdas Man's concert. I was up in Birmingham. And the Punjabi Rasoi, they did the food. And actually, I've been to them. They're like a pronta shop. They do amazing pronta on a Sunday. They're like, come down, lace it all up, and it's delicious, right? But they were doing the food. And obviously, it's all veg because most of the crew are from India, Punjab, they're all vegetarian. So it's all veggie sandwiches. There was like hummus sandwiches, cheese sandwiches, carrot crunch sandwiches, lovely. And, like a vegan ham thing as well. Brilliant. That was one side. And on the other side was pakode and aloo tikki and channe and samosa. Now, I'll be honest, I'd already had a samosa and an aloo tikki with the channe all over it. Fantastic.
Yeah, right? Yeah, good shout.
So what I filmed was I'd now started the show. I'd done the interval. I'm now waiting for the second half. So obviously, don't forget, when Gurdas Man's on for the second half, I'm not doing anything. All I've got to do is go on at the very end and go, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. These are the sponsors and good night.
Later.
Yeah. So I know I didn't have too much to do. So I'm there thinking, I'm a bit teased now. I could have something else to eat now. What do I fancy now? So do I want a sandwich? Do I want an aloo tikki? And that's when the genius happened.
That's when the combo.
So I put an aloo tikki inside a cheese and cucumber sandwich with chutney all over it.
God, he just wants to stick his dicky in everything, doesn't he?
I mean, I tell you, the
Dicky Tommy.
Sticky Dicky Tommy of the world would absolutely love it. That was an absolute beautiful combo. I would have probably taken the cucumber out.
A bit of salad.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the poll was put on the Brownload Insta, and I've got to say, 60% Tommy said that they liked your creation. They said this was the best sandwich ever.
Now, what I thought I'd get it was, I thought someone tell me, because would you have put pakode in the sandwich?
I mean,
bruv, I wouldn't have messed with the sandwich, to be quite honest with you.
You know what Satch is like? He would have liked that. He would have liked that slightly sort of raw and sort of slightly out of date cucumber and lettuce cheese salad. He likes that kind of
bruv, the sandwich.
Like that typical.
I would eat a sandwich, but then I'd have a little sticky on the side, isn't it? Like, why would you shove it in there? Like, I don't understand.
Side piece.
Yeah. It's like Satch is not desi pendu like us. That's why. No. He has to have it in compartments.
It needs to be compartmentalized.
Honestly, a hot spicy aloo tikki with the slice of cheddar cheese.
Beautiful.
That makes it creamy. The chutney gives it that little bit of kick.
Oh, the chutney, the dollops of chutney is the game changer.
And the outside of the tikki was a bit crispy, inside nice and fluffy. So when you squish it, it's got a little bit of give, a little bit of suspension, and you bite into it. I was like, it was perfect. Perfect little carb thing. And no bowels were harmed in the making of that sandwich. So
it's funny actually. You talk about sandwiches because it is National Sandwich Week this week, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is.
22nd to 28th. Yeah, which means everywhere, all across the country, they're just celebrating sandwiches.
Do you know what? I had a good sandwich this week. I got to say, it was like like smoked cheese, and it had like some it was like a carrot chutney kind of thing in it. It was beautiful.
Mango,
you would
mango chutney.
No, carrot, you Wally.
Oh,
I didn't
carrot.
say mango, did I?
Just checking.
It was actually really nice. It was good. I enjoyed
it. Sandwiches have got funky like now. So I say ever since like your Pretz and all that have gone into the scene. You go to like places in trendy parts of London, or even trendy parts of any city around the country, and you'll have like fig with brie and bacon,
rainbow salad,
and a balsamic, whatever. So you get
focaccia.
I do like a sandwich, a focaccia toasted pesto, roasted tomato, cheese, mozzarella, like a pizza focaccia sandwich.
Yeah,
they're good. But I'm going to just say that because it is Sandwich Week then, and you said that, and it's a one fact I've got. Do you know how the sandwich was invented? Where that came from? Why sandwich? Do you know what this?
Is it from the place Sandwich?
No, it's the Earl of Sandwich.
Oh, I was saying Lord Sandwich.
Earl of. He's the. Well, I don't know if he's a lord, but I don't know what the difference is between earls and lords.
I just second that bit. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Well, go on.
Chambers.
Commit to one and watch the hate come in. Kedge is wrong. You all believed him. He said he's a lord. Anyway, the Earl of Sandwich is a wealthy geezer. He's playing cards with his mates, and they said put out a platter of meats. And because he was playing cards, he just got the meats and put them in the bread and ate it like that. So his mates around the table would go, "Oh, I'll have what the Earl of Sandwich is having." Actually, he was the Earl of Sandwich, so he must be from Sandwich. Yeah. And they went, I'll have a sandwich. It's like saying, I'll have a kedge, I'll have a satch, I'll have a sandu. Right? So they all started saying, we'll have a sandwich. And from that, the sandwich was born. And Disneyland Paris, Kedge, they've got an Earl of Sandwich there. That was what we
Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
Sandwich is going to be like €50 over there, though, isn't it?
At least. Yeah, that's just for the bread.
Just very quickly, then, what is your favourite sandwich? Go on, Kedge.
Oh, I mean, I don't eat that many sandwiches nowadays, but I mean, I think that for me, I know, and I'm a little bit dissy like that, but a Bombay sandwich is just.
I knew it. Why?
A good one. No, a good one. No, but like that's like, I mean, because it's a dissy one, an English filling one. What's a good one? I do like a ploughman's. I do like egg and cress, the old school egg and cress. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Can I be really naive? Sorry, and I wasn't going to say this. I'm going to interrupt you because. Can you tell me what's the difference? A Bombay sandwich and a vada pav?
Oh, big difference.
Oh, there's a big difference for me.
So what? Okay, so break it down for me because I don't.
Oh, so the vada pav is obviously because.
Hang on a minute. Why have we got to explain what the difference between a vada pav and a sandwich? How do you not know this?
Because I thought a Bombay sandwich was an aloo tikki sandwich.
No.
What's in it then?
No. Right. Amal, the difference between the two is.
No, because I'm not trying to pretend I know. That's the difference between me and you, Ken.
That's true.
You're more larger than I am.
I'm surprised you don't know.
Yeah, So Bombay, I don't think Tommy's had a proper Bombay sandwich, and I think this is a good little opportunity for us to take him to one because there is a brilliant one that I can recommend.
No. You have to go Bombay to have it.
Firstly, just tell me what's in it. If I want it.
I've not had a good Bombay sandwich.
So it's toasted bread. It's got green chutney on it. It's got potatoes, but boiled potatoes in it, and then it's got sliced up tomato, onions, coriander. You do have some of that salt and pepper. You have some of that badloon that you don't like, and then cheese, a bit of grated cheese, and then you get a bit of red chutney in it. It's banging. It's absolutely bangers.
You're gonna go, no, it's not. But I'm gonna say it. So it's just like a sort of slightly jazzed up vada pav because it's not in a
because the vada pav is potato that's been fried and in the batter.
Yes.
Big difference.
But it's basically there is a big difference.
No, there's a big difference. There's big difference. Big difference.
In the taste, there's a big difference.
Big difference, mate. Big difference.
It's still squashed potato in bread with a bit of chutney and stuff.
No, it's not. It's not squashed. It's different kind of potato, mate.
Yeah, it's like chips and mashed potato. Do you know what I mean? It's potato.
It's not. It's like a roast potato and a saute potato. That's the difference. So it's like. Okay, look, it's fine. What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter if there's much of it or not. But there it's okay. I just wanted to establish that
you need to have one.
And from what you're describing,
yeah,
the Bombay sandwich sounds more jazzy, snazzy.
Yeah. It's and I'll tell you the other sandwich, which again I think it's probably just a family tradition that we did, and that's because. I don't know, but my dad sort of obviously used to do this when we were little kids, and it's something that we've grown up with. But it was he would make you get like the crusty rolls, right? So they have to be crusty, not the soft ones. They've got to be crusty, and then you fill it. What you do is you have a pre-prep sort of mix that you do made from feta, red chili powder, and olives, and then you got to mix it around. And we used to get that when we used to go on little school trips and stuff like that.
Sounds good.
People were like, "What is this that you eat?" But I tell you, it's a winning one. It's a winning one.
That sounds. I'll give that a go.
I've become a bit of a fan of feta, and actually,
but it's not. Can I just say, sorry, if you're going to try this, don't actually do it feta because it's not as nice with feta. Actually, the original cheese that we'd use is known as jibneh, and it's you find it in Lebanese restaurant. It's
I've had that.
Yeah, so it's a slightly different texture, and it tastes. It's slightly salty, and it tastes better than feta. Feta, I don't know. Feta is like the poor man's cousin of it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
A lot of people eat feta, but not a lot of people know about jibneh, and that's what you need to find. And you can't always. I don't even think you can find it in Tesco. You got to go to one of these Lebanese supermarkets. You find it.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
I do think feta in a toasted sandwich, like when I've had like keema wraps, and I put a bit of feta in there. That bit of cream, I know you don't like keema, Kedge, but that little bit of creaminess coming through, the power of feta in a sandwich is good. I like that. Sorry,
come on then, Tommy. What's it? So we've got he's got egg mayo and what did he say? Bombay sandwich. What you picking?
Oh, you said egg mayo, did you?
Oh yeah, I did say egg mayo. Like if you have to go, if I have to keep it on the western front,
on the non-smelly front, yeah.
Because I do really like an egg mayo. I love a falafel wrap. I do a lot of wraps rather than sandwiches now. So anything I'd normally put in a sandwich, I put in a wrap because I try and go less on the bread.
But it's sandwich week.
But it has to be a club sandwich. But sorry, you're right. So it would be the club. It would be the traditional one would be the club because you got everything. You got chicken, bacon, and I don't mind it even if it doesn't have the egg. But the typical club has got chicken, bacon, eggs, mayonnaise, and salad and all that.
Lovely.
And you feel like you get everything. But in general, chicken and bacon sandwiches. Fantastic. I do love an egg mayonnaise sandwich, so they're great. But I don't really have a desi one. I think my desi one would probably be aloo gobi and mozzarella.
Yes,
and I've got like aloo gajar in the fridge now. That's what I'm going to have.
He's going to do it.
Aloo
gajar, See, for me, if it's a hot sandwich, I'd go fish finger sandwich every day of the week. If it's on the menu, I'm getting that fish finger sandwich. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
And if it was just a regular one, you had to go Tesco's and just pick up. I'd probably go cheese and pickle. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with cheese and pickle.
Can't go wrong.
But very quickly, top 5 sandwiches. Do you want to guess them quickly between the both of you?
Number one, ham and cheese.
In this country or worldwide?
Worldwide? In this country.
I bet he's ham and cheese up there.
That's number 1. Ham and cheese.
Top sandwich.
Top sandwich. I wouldn't go for that. I mean, I don't eat ham anyway, but yeah.
Is that people's choice or is that popularity?
That's the Brits' choice.
That's the Brits' choice, yes. It's at the top of the list.
Yeah,
go on, egg and cress must be in there.
Ham and cheese was 55%, by the way, of the poll.
Wow.
Biggie.
Egg and cress must be in there.
Egg and cress is second. Top 2, Kedge. Well done. But he's trying to get on our back. BLT's number 3.
Oh, we're just smashing the family fortune. Who's this Kedge that you need in your family?
Don't need him in my family. 4 and 5. Come on.
Okay, hold on. Let's think. Okay, so you said egg.
We haven't said egg mayo.
No. Yeah, you did. It's number 2.
Oh,
yeah, that was egg. And then what about the Bransons? The pickle one. The pickle.
Cheese plowman.
No, I'll just go cheese and pickle. Number 5.
BLT.
You've said that already, Kedge. This is why you're not on our family fortune team. He's saying the same thing.
Yeah,
that's already on the board. Yeah. One more to get. Number 4.
Yeah.
Man City won the league. Sorry, I'm sorry to do this Kedge stuff. Repeat stuff.
Think seafood.
Oh, prawn. Something prawn. No. Tuna mayo.
Tuna mayo. Yeah. Number 4
stinks. Can I just say, someone came into work and they had tuna in their bag and it broke, it leaked. Then they stunk out their bag, the office. My God, why did you do this?
I love tuna mayo. Tuna mayo sweet corn. Boom.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. If there was someone in the office who were swearing their head off, right? Really craftily. And I don't swear like that.
No, that was Kedge.
I don't either.
No, Kedge is animated, and Kedge will go, "Oh, what an effing goal that was," or whatever, like like that. But it's not like, let's say someone's being a real nasty piece of work, sitting in the corner of the office, cursing, swearing.
Yeah.
I would find that less offensive than the smell of tuna in the office.
Correct.
Less offensive.
I'd rather smell their ulti.
The smell of tuna. The tuna in my nostrils.
That's it. It gets up your nose.
And it sticks to the walls, bro. It sticks to the walls inside your nose.
Yes.
Right? That is honestly, that's like, when you smell blood that's off and you go, ugh,
that smell is only second to Kima for me.
Oh, you really? Beautiful, bro. I can't let you have that because
I'm sorry.
Smells and tastes delicious. It's wonderful.
Right. Well,
I love a tuna sandwich. So there you go. You had it. Top 5. Well done, boys. Very quickly, joint number 5 was ham salad. I didn't even know that sandwich existed.
Is that
ham
a thing? I've never
ham
heard
and salad.
of it.
No, I've never.
Ask Tommy if anyone's had it. Tommy's had it.
I prefer ham and cheese or
Yeah, you need cheese. It can't be salad.
Yeah, exactly. I tell you what's really nice as well, sticking a waffle in a sandwich. You ever done that?
No. What do you mean?
Just whatever sandwich you're gonna have, put a waffle, like potato waffle.
Bird's eye. I want a bird's eye.
Yeah, put it in the toaster, and then if you're having a cheese and pickle and whatever, and you're jazzing it up, you stick the aloo in there, and you got basically like a bit of a
Bombay sandwich.
Bombay sandwich thing going on, man.
Just ruin the sandwich. Okay, lovely.
All right, so I'm coming now with, and I thought some.
Are you?
No.
Hold on, kids.
Let me tell the camera.
My kids are in the house, man.
I'm in now with some proper scientific study that I needed to share, and seeing that we are an all lad podcast, I think women will find this interesting as well.
Hey, switch off, ladies.
Check this stat out, and I think we need to have a conversation about this. Okay, so a surprising number of men like to sit down when they urinate, according to a new study. Is it to sit or not to sit is the question. According to a new poll, they've surveyed men across 13 countries about their bathroom habits and have found a staggering amount of men who say, you know what, they like to relieve themselves while sitting down. 62% of people in Australia said they did that. So, sorry, 62% of Germans said they like sitting down when they're weeing. Only 39% of Australians said they would. 50% of Swedes said they like to sit down. Brits were the least, actually. They came in at just 24% admitted to sitting down while they pee. And I thought, you know what? This needs to be spoken about.
Yeah, we can address it.
Because I think, well, firstly, only we can. And you know, well, what does everyone fancy? What's everyone's choice? You know, first choice priority.
No, well, I wouldn't sit down in wee. No,
at your own gaff.
I still wouldn't sit down in wee. Why?
Why not?
I think.
What do you mean? Why
I
not?
think it's like
relax.
If you sit down,
I don't need to relax. It's just that you got to go in there. You got to do your thing. And then leave. Like
I think
if you sit down, you've got to, like, you know,
in your own gaff. I think if you're standing, you're increasing the rate of splashage around everywhere for other people, and generally creating an unhygienic surrounding.
Brother, I think you've got a problem then.
No, I don't think so.
You don't know if your peshab's going to come out in one jet stream or split. If it's going to be partition.
And sometimes when water's hitting water, there's a lot of splashage. And then you don't know how far those splashes are going to go. And I think it could come out, the dobke, as you call it.
You call it dobke?
No, we don't call it dobke, but I've heard you say it before. And it could come out onto the wall. It could come out on the floor, onto the wall. Onto the wall. Yeah, no, because
how much force have you got coming out?
I'm just saying.
His peshab comes out aggressive.
After 2 years of Barney, do you know what I mean? There's a lot to get out. So, but what I'm saying is, obviously when you
peshab, that's the name of your game.
No, I don't have angry peshab. I tell you what,
I do.
Do you? I never. Like the laptop, I've always wanted to have angry peshab. I never have it. I never have it.
But it's not. It's the peshab is not angry. It makes me angry, especially when you need to wake up at night and go for a whiz. That's an angry. That's an angry.
Oh no! I'm quite happy to because
You're happy to do that. I'm not.
It doesn't really bother me because basically I don't really open my eyes, so I don't lose sleep.
So you walk. So hang on. Do you go into the right room? What do you mean?
Look, I have a little squint open. I have a little squint from one eye, but I don't. I try not.
Which eye?
I don't try to open the light, turn on the lights or anything like that. I don't open my eye fully because I know roughly where I've got to go.
And that's why I got to say, actually, like the summer, because that light gets light a bit early.
Exactly. Then it ruins your sleep pattern. And actually,
do you know what? I'm gonna admit something. And I noticed this a few weeks ago. I've not said this to anybody, but I thought this was genius.
Go on.
So remember when I did that that walk in London? They sent they sent you a T-shirt basically. It's a night shine walk.
Yeah.
So randomly, I wore that to bed one day. But went for a wee. It glows in the dark, the T-shirt. I didn't need to turn the lights on.
Oh, wow.
Genius.
Yeah. There's a little halo around.
That's it. And then the light was just taking me to the toilet. I was like, I'm a genius, honestly.
One of the things that we reviewed on the travel show, right, when I was doing the travel show was, because obviously you're in hotels, it's, you go into the loo at night, and they said, why don't you take your own glow-in-the-dark toilet roll? So when you go into the toilet, your toilet roll is glowing, giving off enough light for you to see the actual toilet thing.
There you go. That's all you need. You just need a little,
Yeah. So I want to add to this and just say that my take on it would be I would sit down because you know me. Obviously, don't wash my shins.
Then you can. That means you can just have a quick little go on, Football Manager or something. Do you know what I mean? You just get a little.
But you don't, bruv. That's for when you go for a number 2, not for a number 1.
Oh yeah, but you can extend the number 1 into a little game.
So what you're saying is you don't want to be around your house then, basically doing other stuff.
No.
You want to turn your number 1 into an event.
Yeah, exactly.
It might be that also when you just sit down, number 1 goes, oh, actually, while we're here, number 2, why not?
well, it begs the question, doesn't it? I think you definitely ask the question. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's like cricket. If you pitch the ball in the correct area, then you make the umpire make a decision at the end of the day. So at least you can ask the question: is this?
Now you moved on. There's nothing to do with pitching balls, mate. You just do your.
No. If it's pitches in line. If it pitches in line, then you've got an extra chance to get.
There's like a dirty umpire who's going to go, and let's go.
Yeah. So you
instead of the rain stopping play,
is it come out of the crease? Has it come out of the crease?
Yeah. Let me put it in the rugby terms. There's a chance of it being a conversion. So therefore, there is a possibility. And actually, this survey has also said that it's found that peeing while sitting down is better for men's health because apparently it helps the bladder empty faster and more thoroughly. There we go. Okay, and I knew it. I was onto something.
And on that note, just because you touched on it earlier and you said about aggressive weeers and all that, I'm always a little bit envious. When you're there and you hear someone in the cubicle next to you and their peshab is like,
yeah, machine gun.
And it's tearing up the surface of the water in the toilet. It's powering through like a laser beam. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, what?
But that's because they haven't been to that. I don't think that's healthy. I think that means that they've been holding it for too long, and that can't be healthy. And I just think that's why. Whereas if you're drinking regularly, remember the rule we've mentioned before: 21 seconds, it's going to last. Your wee should last up to 21 seconds. Any less, 20 seconds. But actually count it. Normally you will be hitting 21, and if you're not hitting 21, it means you're not drinking enough water. So there we
21
go.
Seconds. 21 seconds to wee. It's funny you're talking about wee this week because this was something that I came across this week when I was actually out and about. I had loads of events on the weekend.
Yeah.
And every time I went into the toilet to wee and stand in the at the urinal, there'd be someone like a few urinals away weeing, but then in his other hand he'd have his phone, and I was like, who does that?
Yeah, I've seen it. I mean, the phone from way or the leaning onto the wall.
No. He had his phone and he was like doing something on it.
Maybe he had the magnifying glass on.
Maybe, but I'm just like, what's the need for you to have your phone out at the urinal for 20 seconds?
Yeah, it's a bit grim. No sense. It's a little bit grim.
Makes no sense.
I've seen guys at the urinal. So I don't. You're right for that same thing because I think you're just in an area of germs. Like I wouldn't even chew gum at a urinal because I'd be like, I don't want to do that cycle of chewing, inhaling, breathe, because I'm around germs.
Yeah.
And it's weird because also with the kids as well, when they go into like McDonald's toilets, whatever, and then I go, don't touch that, don't touch that. And when you wash your hands, because I make them wee first, and I go, right, now just stand there in that space. Don't touch anything until I'm done. Then me wash my hands. Then I'll get a bit of tissue. And then I think maybe I'm imparting the wrong kind of, maybe I'm going to make them a bit OCD and a bit kind of.
No, you got to be clean.
But I'm kind of saying, and even like with the underground and touching the, the side railing, I go, look, if you don't even touch it, don't touch it, and all that kind of stuff. But I am. What did you say? I forgot what I'm trying to thought there. In the toilet,
just not having a phone.
Yeah. Why have you got your phone?
No, I've seen people. They're not even weeing. He's just stood there on the phone. That's what I was going to say.
Love it.
Just stood there on the phone.
Yeah,
that's great.
Toto out. Stood at the urinal.
Yeah. Why have you got your Toto out and you're on the phone around people?
I grabbed his Toto, I put it back in his trousers. I said, turn around and walk out. I said, I'm sorry, mate. You're holding up the kiwi. I didn't do that. But
no.
That is dirty, mate.
Right. So apart from watching that, Tommy, anything else you've been watching this week?
Apart from Totos in the toilet.
Yeah.
TV wise, things we've watched on the telly. Yes, I have smashed the first series of White Lotus.
Oh, well done.
I didn't realize it was only 6 or 7 episodes.
Yeah. Eight. I think eight.
I don't know. I don't think it is. But I was doing 2 a night. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Then it was done.
And isn't it brilliant?
It is. I think it's great.
Yes.
I like it because it's weird. I like it because the characters are weird. I like it because
the theme tune is brilliant.
Yeah.
What the bloody hell was that?
Yeah. It's like a pigeon. So like a pigeon.
Like I said, I don't think enough Desi's watched The White Lotus.
Now that you touched upon the theme tune, Kedge, they've remixed it for the second series because I've started on the second series.
The second series. You will grow to love the second series version better.
Right. So when I heard I can only say this to you boys, and this is just such a stupid thought that's only in my head, but only you two will get this. Literally, everyone in my life, only you two will get this. That first series theme music. I need you to listen to this and verify this.
Right.
It would make a great garage song.
Oh, there's already a dance version of it.
There's dance versions, and because I googled it, I was like, no, because it's kind of the eerie, weird.
It needs a 2-step.
It needs a 2-step beat. It doesn't need a 4 to the floor.
No, not a 4x4.
Anyway, so White Lotus. Look, I know I'm late to the party, but it's set in a hotel in Hawaii, the series 1. So it's beautiful to watch. Weird characters, some really dark stuff going on.
Yes.
It takes the conversation elements and things to think about, talk about to the very edge. It talks about the representation of white people.
Yeah, just everything.
Where can white guys get a job? They kind of reference that with one of these young, there's all this diversity stuff going on. But that's just a conversation one of the families are having by the table. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty edgy point.
They talk about some brilliant things in it. Yes.
Yeah. So thoroughly enjoyed it. So I smashed that, and now I'm on to season 2. And actually, I kind of can't. So I say it quietly because the kids are there. I can't wait for them to go to bed because I'm like, result. That's my White Lotus time.
Adult viewing time. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. No. Not adult viewing.
No.
Adult viewing time.
Inappropriately in front of my kids.
You can't watch that in front of children.
Yeah. Uncle Kedge is not going to watch anything on our TV when you go to bed. They're getting worried now. They're like, oh, is dirty Uncle Kedge coming around? That's
No. Far from dirty. I'll tell you what I saw. I saw that Michael J. Fox documentary, which is on Apple TV Plus, called Still. It's brilliant. I mean, who isn't a Michael J. Fox fan? He was brilliant in Back to the Future. Satch hasn't seen it, but obviously he was
success.
Well, exactly. Teen Wolf was brilliant, but he was he obviously was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and it kind of obviously he couldn't carry on and all of this kind of stuff. But actually, when you see this, you realize the poor guy, he was hiding it for a long time, and actually they show you clips of once you know that he's got it and how he's trying to hide it, and it's just. You know what? It's just a must watch.
What in films? They show him in films how he hides it.
He's kind of they show him an actual in TV shows because he didn't tell anyone that he had it, so he was trying to hide it because obviously he didn't want to lose his job and stuff, and he loved his craft and everything. And it's just a must watch. It's brilliant, and he's still fighting, and he's got like a fitness trainer now, and how he moves, and you just feel sorry for the guy. But what a fighter! Because obviously Parkinson's is something you get when you're 70, 80, and this guy got it when he was like 30s, early 30s, and but it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
His look. His face, his name,
and he's still
about him is so wonderfully 80s. Yeah, he's got the cheeky glint. He's a bit Ant and Dec like that. Like even though he's aging, you can still see the boy, the kid.
Yeah. You can see in his eyes that he wants to get the punch out, and sometimes the brain doesn't work as quickly, and it's a little bit sad, but brilliant to watch.
Good on
Lovely.
him.
So
Okay.
the thing I've been watching, and it's something that actually comes out every week, and usually these series things, they just drop them all in one go, so you get 10 episodes in one go.
Oh yeah.
But Amazon Prime have thought now we'll just release one every Friday, and it's Citadel with Priyanka Chopra.
With Priyanka.
And to be fair, do you know, I was quite surprised about it because they were advertising it like absolutely everywhere. It's everywhere.
Just gonna say that. I said, Satch, I've seen so many billboards. They're everywhere. Citadel today.
Buses. I've seen buses, billboards. It just keeps coming
it is
up
everywhere.
on my
They've had a lot of promo, probably because no one's watching it.
Yeah,
I actually know quite a lot of people watching it, and I've got to say, I think it's good.
Oh, don't shut up.
Honestly, I think it's.
What's the general gist? What's it about?
It's basically about a spy. She's a spy, and she works with this other guy who's a spy, but these spies can have their memories wiped. So
that's it. Their memories get wiped, which is a little bit sci-fi for you, Sat.
It is very interesting. It is very interesting. So I think that's.
I mean, I saw the trailer, and I'm like, they're in the middle of like this, like I don't know, some serious fighting scene, and all of a sudden they're kissing each other and all this nonsense.
The action scenes in it are amazing. Do you know the guy who done basically all the
scenes?
No. What's
choreography.
That? Joe Russo, the geezer who done all the Avengers and stuff. So he's the guy behind that. He's the guy who done that behind this, and he's done some mad films. Honestly, it's up there. Like it's
okay.
Up,
I might give it a go. Satch has recommended it.
Action and you know, like seeing like the story behind it, really good. I was impressed because I didn't think it was going to be that great, but
very good.
I'm sitting up, and I've got to wait till Friday for episode 5 or something. So
I love that when you have to wait a week.
Yeah,
love it.
What was on Amazon Prime? Air. I watched Air as well.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be brilliant. I'm watching that this weekend.
I'm going to watch that tonight.
Yeah. I will say this, and I think, and I'll tell you why.
Why don't we do a joint review next week?
Okay, you can.
All right.
It's not a giveaway.
Go on.
But we, the brown node, but none of us could make it. I didn't go either. Just before you tell me off, you could go on your own. But we had tickets to the premiere of Air as well, right? And
that's brand new information.
Exactly.
No, it wasn't. It was weeks ago. We were all out. We weren't. We were all.
How'd you know what I was doing?
Huh? You told me at the time. I said, "That's what you doing?" You went, "I'm busy." I was like, "Okay, cool, no worries."
I knew nothing. Kedge, did you know anything about this?
I was free.
Do you remember when I rang you? And you didn't pick up. It was that day. Okay, listen. My point is, so I sent a basketball mate of mine who I play basketball. I said, "Look, if you want to go, just go to the screening."
Yeah.
And he came out, and his review was, "It's okay."
Oh.
I was like, "All right." I said, "What? I thought you'd love it because we're all into basketball." And he plays basketball with me, and he goes, "The problem is, he goes, we know the story. We know what happens in the end with Nike. And so you're not going to go, oh, does this company Nike make it in the end?
Oh, no, but I don't think you're watching it because
obviously,
of that.
I'm
just giving you his review.
Okay, fine.
I can tell you that is how I went into the film. And I'll tell you mine next week when you've all watched it.
Okay.
And to be fair, what I'm looking forward to watching it tonight because I'm actually reading the book about it at the moment, Shoe Dog.
Oh, yes.
Oh, brilliant.
Phil Knight. I'm loving it so far. Wicked book.
Can I look? This is a podcast. This is where we can just kind of shoot off things in our mind and our head. Have I told you my TV show idea? Can I share this with you? And you can take this. Anyone can take this and run with it.
No, don't. Okay, go on.
Oh, look at Kedge. Like, no, copyright. No. I tell you why. Sneakers Through Speakers is the name of the show.
Love it.
You look at the evolution of trainers with music as the backdrop. So you look at how the Run DMC thing influenced Adidas.
I'm sure there's a show about this.
There must be a show.
I've seen something about this.
Not Sneakers Through Speakers, but basically I'm saying exactly plot it to fashion, to what was happening in events.
When Reebok pumps were out, yes.
Yeah. And I even thought Trevor Nelson to host it. He goes
Lovely.
to LA. He goes to the Nike studio. He looks at their first ever Jordans, but he'll look at like what was happening with the black community in America at that time.
Yeah.
Why did Jordan explode? He does a bit of kind of, what's the word? Sociology into it.
It's a beautiful idea. Something
like that. It's my idea. There you go. Take that.
One for the freebie. All right. Well, why don't we give things we've learned this week as well to everybody as well? While we're at just for free, like Santa and giving things out for free.
For free. Yeah. Okay. Shall I go first?
Go on.
Yeah.
The thing I learned today, and I couldn't believe this stat when I read it, but I thought that is mad. 99.8% of Indians
do
not go to a gym.
Really?
Oh wow!
They haven't even got a membership.
Oh, in India,
yeah, they don't go.
Yeah, no, of course.
Only 0.2%.
Yeah, but 0.2% in India is still about 58 million, isn't it? So do you know what I mean?
Yeah, something like that. But bro, that is quite mad. Like it's
but that doesn't
compare that to.
It's mad when you first say it like that, but then when you think about it, and now that the population's taken over China, I mean, like I said, it's still there's a lot of people, in villages and stuff that are struggling to even get.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, to be fair, it seems Indians are getting their cardio in because the population's going mad.
Yeah,
but we don't need gyms. The strength training. It's the strength training that they need a bit of.
Good stat though. 98.2.
98.8%. Don't go to a gym.
I'm going to say that.
By the way, 0.2% of 1.4 billion people. They're saying it's 1.5, but they say 1.4 billion is 2,800,000. So
there we go.
That's not a lot of gym goers.
That's not a lot.
India's sake. And I'll be honest, every time I put on my Instagram stories, it's Disha Patani or someone else coming out the gym or Nora Fatehi coming out the gym. I think my algorithm knows me very well and knows that I didn't want to see Salman Khan or Shah Rukh coming out.
No.
It's Disha and Nora. All the
correct.
Way. So, there you go. The thing I learned, right?
Yep.
What are the pieces, I don't want to call them segments of a pomegranate called? You know those little dane?
Seeds. Pomme seeds.
Incorrect.
I wouldn't have a clue.
You wouldn't have a clue because it's a new word. I didn't even know.
Go on.
And I'm not actually, you know what? Because I read it, I don't even know how it's pronounced. I might pronounce it wrong. Someone will probably correct me.
Yeah.
But it's an aril, A-R-I-L. A bit of a pomegranate is called an aril. And it's so I'm getting all the arils, A-R-I-L, arils out of the pomegranate. And basically, arils are quite common because they're a seed covered in a pulp kind of thing, which is what. So there is a seed inside that red thing, the red dana, but inside that dana is the seed, and on the outside, an aril is anything which has that kind of makeup. I'm like, there you go. Because I would have said, pomegranate bits. And now you can go, no, they're called arils.
Arils. Okay. All right. And I tell you what, we've got some good things we learned this week. So my one is, that phrase, paint the town red. Do you know where the origins? What are the origins of that phrase?
It's from that film. It's from that film.
The Bollywood film.
Zindagi Na Milenge.
Paint the town red.
Bro, that is a tune. That is one of my favorite Bollywood tunes. I love that.
Paint the town red. That one. Yeah.
Tune.
Because that is when they're going through the tomato festival. That's why.
Yeah. So here we go. Here we go. Apparently, it's because it's originating from a night out that took place in 1837. It's all down to this one fella called who he was known as the Marquis of Waterford, or otherwise known as the Mischief Maker. And it was about him going on a night out, and he was going out on a night in Melton Mowbray in Leicester. Things got a little bit messy.
The Mowbray pies.
No. They were toppling flower pots. They removed door knockers, and they even broke some windows. And the painting terminology comes about because they painted the toll gate red. So they basically created a havoc across the town, and the Marquis and his pranksters then basically created a lot of damage. And then they were known for basically they paint the town red. And it became the shorthand for the wild night out.
Trust that to happen in Leicester. Was he Desi?
Well, you never know. You never know.
Imagine this. Imagine you just go out on an epic night out. Right, that's all he was. The Marquis of
the
Marquis of Rashford,
Waterford.
Right?
Yeah.
Waterford. Sorry.
Yeah.
And and then before you know, no, he doesn't know it. He would have died, and that would have lived on. It's like, let's say we did the 40 countries of food and drink for your 40th, Ked, right? As we did.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go full international 40 tonight.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Or actually, like the brown load might become a thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think we need to brown load tonight, which means to get together and have fun and share stories. That could be what it's known as later on.
Yeah, exactly. Or you know what? We're gonna say what we want. I'm gonna say whatever jokes I want. I love you all, but I need to take the mick out of you. I'm going full brown load. And okay, fine.
Yeah, let's do a brown load.
Game. It's fine.
Are we going full brown load on Saturday tonight?
We're going full brown load because he knows we love him to bits. I'll die for him. I'll fight for him. But I'm going full brown load.
And this is how the phrase has been coined on this episode.
There you go. Have that connection with your friends this weekend when you're listening to it the next week. If you're going to go, you know what? And actually, I've got my uni mates coming over on Friday. Guess what, boys?
What?
I'm going to go full brown load. I'm going to go full brown load on them.
Go full brown load.
Yeah.
Have a good brown load.
Brownload Banks. That's what it's going to be. It's our thing.
Love it.
So enjoy it. Take that. Enjoy the sunshine. Soak it up. Have a great week, and we'll catch up with you real soon. Cheers, everyone. Laters.
Laters.